So you're probably seeing a lot of maybe your friends or fitness influencers, a lot of people getting injured, tons of people getting injured because they don't have good form, or they're ego lifting, or they're strict lifting. And that makes you scared. You feel like, what will happen? What if I get injured like them? What if I get a brutal injury that will put me out for 6 months? What will happen? That freaks you out, right? That makes you feel scared. But you can actually live your entire career, your entire lifting career, or your entire fitness journey and never get injured. If you have this, if you have perfect form on every exercise. And I honestly, thank God, of course, thank God, but I have never been injured in 3 years of lifting. 3 years, because I have done these 3 things. Now, the first thing, in order to get perfect form on every single exercise, is please, bro, please use light weights. I'm actually gonna tell you a story about this. I started working out with 2 kilogram dumbbells, 2 kilo dumbbells, right? Very, very light. And I used to do tons of reps, a lot of reps. But, and this honestly, I didn't know that this will get me perfect form, but this made me perform the movement correctly. So when I train now, I don't get injured, or I do the form right. You know what I mean? Because I initially trained with light weights. Please, bro, please use light weights. If you feel like, and I'm honestly very proud of you for clicking on this video, like, you want to improve your form, like, think about it. Tons of people are ego lifting and they don't care about form, but you're actually aware of how form is so important for building muscle and not getting injured. So this is probably the most important thing, is using light weights. Like, most of the people you see getting injured, they get injured from very heavy weights, like Ronnie Coleman, Larry Wheels, all these guys get injured from very heavy weights. If you use light weights, you will never get injured, because the force is reduced. I'm not gonna explain the science honestly. Like, the force is reduced on your muscles, so you will not get injured. This is honestly key. Like, this is coming from someone who hasn't gotten injured for 3 years, thank God, because I did this, because I started with light weights. Please, bro, use light weights. I know you want to lift heavy and like build muscle, and you will lift a lot of heavy weights, but just start with light weights and progressively overload with the same form, and you will get jacked, maximize muscle growth, but at the same time never have any injuries and live healthy for all of your life. So that's the first thing, use light weights. The second thing is, this is also like very simple, but it's so effective, is to use a slow eccentric. So what the fuck is an eccentric? An eccentric is like, you know when you do a bicep curl? When you lift up, this is called the concentric. When you lift down, this is called the eccentric. So basically the part of the movement that you go down, like when you go down in a squat, when you let down the weight in a bicep curl, when you go down in like the press, in like a bench press, that part where you drop down, that is called the eccentric. When you slow down that, of course, your form becomes literally perfect, because it just becomes perfect, right? You can focus on the muscle. But also another thing is, studies show that if you have a slow eccentric, that's like 1 to 3 seconds, 1, 2, or 3 seconds. So you count like 1 second and push, or 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3 and push. That actually produces more muscle growth. Studies show that if you slow down your eccentric, you will build more muscle. So you will improve your form and you will build more muscle, right? So that's another thing, right, is slowing your eccentric. Slowing your eccentric is so key, because you get that stretch on the muscle, which actually studies show that can 2 times your muscle growth. That's crazy as that sounds. It can 2 times your muscle growth if you just slow your eccentric, right? So that's the second thing. The third thing, and I honestly, I don't know why I stopped doing this, like I'm being a pussy honestly, but this is so effective. Like if you learn this, it will be so effective for improving your form and making you maximize muscle growth. Is mind muscle connection. Now you've probably heard of this, right? Is the mind muscle connection, like thinking about the muscle and what the hell is a mind muscle connection. So basically, I'm gonna explain this on the board. I'm gonna try to draw a person here, but I know it looks very weird, but you'll understand what I'm doing here. Now let's actually, let's... So this guy right here, he's so weird, man. This guy's working out, right? So here's like the bicep right here. So here's his bicep muscle, and he's working out. What happens is, this is his brain right here, like the brain. I don't know what a brain looks like, honestly. So what happens when you do like this, right? When you contract the muscle, studies show that this also increases muscle growth by a lot, significantly increases muscle growth by just simply thinking about the muscle, just putting your mind inside the muscle. Like when you're doing bicep curls, you focus on the bicep. When you're doing like presses, you focus on the chest. When you do like leg exercise, you focus on the legs. When you do like back, you focus on the stretch and the pull. I need to incorporate this honestly, but it's so key. Okay, so that's the third thing. And number 4, and you probably guessed it, but this is literally like, this is all you need, but just watch form videos on YouTube, like videos by Jeff Nippert and Jeremy Ethier and Mike Ezrita. Like all these guys, they make amazing content on like form and all that. So the single greatest thing that I did to improve my form was I was watching these videos. Like if you are young and you're still starting out and you watch these videos on how to perform an exercise correctly, I promise you, you will never have to worry about injuries ever in your life. If you actually, like if you practice the form that they do, like pushing in your elbow inside when you do presses, when you do curls, you like, you supinate the bicep and you push your shoulder forward, When you do like presses, you don't do them like this, you do them like this, you push your elbow forward and you press up. Things like that. I know they're so simple, but they're very, very effective, right? So this is basically how to improve your form on every single exercise. And as always, we're in this together and you'll make it. I promise you, bro, we're gonna make it together.